The action always in full swing near the French Quarter, and tonight is no different here in New Orleans, Louisiana. Thanks for joining our Tuesday night broadcast of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. And making our way toward the finish line, this is a great time to check out the new power rankings. Taking a look at Houston. They're stuck in the same spot, but still a top 10 team.
And when I look at the Timberwolves, they've experimented with a lot of options this season, but at some point you are what you are. And that's a pretty good basketball team moving forward.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, if you ask Karl Anthony Towns, his greatest strength is his versatility. He said, "My dad taught it to me at a young age, and it's made my transition at every step of my career comfortable, having the fundamentals and foundation. I don't limit myself. I try to be great at all skills." Kevin?
Yeah, terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. Brent, two explosive backcourts. When you were playing, who was the toughest guard that you found to defend?
Well, I would start off with a guy named Allen Iverson. And the reason that I start with that, the reason I start with Kevin is I just saw the back of the jersey all the time, so I remember Iverson clear as day. But if I went deeper, I would tell you guarding the Hall of Famer Mitch Richmond at a time when he was playing for the Sacramento Kings. They would run an offensive set, much like for Reggie Miller, multiple screens by a bunch of guys who were big and strong. That was not good for me to try to fight through those kind of screens. But if you gave Mitch Richmond 8 inches, 2 points.
And Richmond was strong and had bulk to his body.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me, Kevin.
I can see the bruises. And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. They've got Towns. James Johnson is out there with Culver. Then it's Malik Beasley. And it's Russell in at the 1 spot. And for the Pelicans, Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. And it's Ingram in at the 3 slot. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves getting the first points of the ball game. Holiday goes in. That shot missing. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Culver's shot is off. And here are the Pelicans. Ingram outside. The pass to Favors. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And Ingram isn't just a sensational scorer. He can also dish the rock.
We play just over a minute here in the first. Russell passes to Beasley. Pass to Towns. Shot clock at 5. Over Favors. And the rejection by Favors. And he's able to get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. New Orleans with the ball. Ball finds Favors. And so just over a minute and a half played. And the rejection by Towns.
And his foot movement is what makes Towns such a terrific shot blocker. He moves so well and can defend just about any position on the floor.
And the dunk by Towns.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. The Pelicans have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Pass to Favors. Kicks to Ingram. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And not only can Ingram score from the perimeter, but he can also contribute inside. The way he releases his shot makes it very difficult to block.
Now, here is Russell. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Dallas.
Yeah, but there's always this point, Kevin. You got to look at where did he also impact the game. It was on the rebounding end of the floor. A tremendous performance there.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Beasley against Holiday. Six to shoot. Lobs it up for Favors.
This is a solid opening quarter right here. Very active and creating a lot of good opportunities for himself.
Russell against Ball. Russell passes to Beasley. Over Holiday, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Here's Williamson. Here's Favors. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And Williamson doesn't let up consistently in attack mode. Love his rabid intensity on the backboard.
Now, here is Russell. No points in the game yet for him. He kicks it to Beasley. Back to Russell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Zion Williamson.
And another thing you like about Russell, just good size at that lead guard position, and makes him a handful to defend inside.
He misses the free throw. Backside of the schedule, Brent, the regular season winding down, contending teams for the playoffs. Obviously, it would seem to me getting their focus ratcheted up. They're gearing up for the postseason.
There's always been this thought after you are in the NBA for 2 or 3 seasons and you come out of the All-Star break that this is the run. This is an important run here. And I always think that first 10 games coming back from the break is where you can make a big stand. You can get your team hyper-focused. You can look at the schedule. You can dig in, and who knows, maybe some coaches even think about, Kevin, at that point, extending some of the minutes for their starting group because they're coming off a week-long break and they're a little bit fresher, and they want to take advantage of that part of the schedule. But psychologically, you think, All-Star break's done, playoffs loom, let's get this thing going.
Now, here's Ball. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet, and stolen by Russell. Pass to Culver. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And here's Holiday. Now the pass to Ball. Back to Holiday. Williamson dishes to Holiday. Passes it to Williamson. 5 to shoot. He had a nice open look right there. Williamson's got his second basket of the night.
Well, an outstanding floor general right there. Holiday has switched between point guard and off guard, and a great feel for when guys are open.
Now, here is Russell. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. A nice shot by Culver.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Ball with it. Pass to Favors. And the rejection by Towns. Towns with the steal. Pass to Culver. And then Culver with the dunk.
And that attacking mindset. When Culver sees an opportunity like that, he just grabs it.
Pelicans trail by 8.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Favors finds Holiday. Knocked loose. Here's Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam. Ball against Russell. Beasley right side. Outside, Towns. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Favors. And it's Towns missing. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. 6-point game. It's stolen by Johnson. There's the lob to Towns. Hammers the alley-oop through.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
For the New Orleans Pelicans, their last game a loss to the Los Angeles Lakers.
The failure to make shots on a consistent basis, that's going to put you behind the 8-ball all night.
Well, the defense against them had a little something to do with it, but you still got to go out there. You got to find a way to get good looks. You got to keep working the system, and quite frankly, they just couldn't do that.
Here's Russell. Derek Favors making his last shot. To the inside from 10 feet out, and it's Towns missing. Pelicans trail by 6, and the pass to Williamson. Here's Ball. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Lakers. Ingram outside. Shot clock at 6. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Here's Favors. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Out to Russell. Stolen by Ball. Holiday left side. Beyond the arc. Drills it from outside.
That's confident shooting there from Drew Holiday. Got his coaches and teammates saying, yes, take that one.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Well, it was only a short stay in L.A. for Lonzo Ball. Traded this past summer as part of the Anthony Davis deal.
And getting out of L.A. might be the best thing for him. Still a great defender and playmaker. His best years, without a doubt, could be ahead of him here in New Orleans.
A platoon swap here for New Orleans. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Passes it to Layman. Here's Okogie. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Towns finds Hernan Gomez. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Towns.
And he's been very active with his hands. How about the steal numbers this month? He's been really hounding on the defensive side.
Pelicans trail by 3. Redick passes to Hart. Okafor kicks to Redick. Baseline jumper, and he hits the jump shot.
And JJ showing off a little bit of the in-between game. Redick exploiting the gaps in the defense on that possession.
Pass to Okogie. Outside, Towns. Towns is doubled. The Timberwolves need to get a shot off here. Layman gets the bucket.
You're kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
Now Redick coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
They're able to finish on the drive. Give Redick a lane, and he's more than happy to take it.
Pass to Okogie. The pass to Layman. Let's go. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Layman's got 5. Pelicans trail by 4. Hart the pass to Okafor. The dish to Redick. Back to Okafor. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one is on Towns. Brent, if you were building an offensive system from scratch, what would be your favorite style of play?
I would really tend to lean on 3 guards that could handle the basketball, Kevin. Guys who can initiate plays from all over the floor and really look to find players that are smart about playing off the ball. You combine 3 of those guys with the skill set, so one has it, and the other two are maneuvering around, they're going to cause so much commotion. They're going to cause so many breakdowns defensively within a possession that a multitude of playmaking players, that would be tremendous. And
Tough
all of those
to defend,
guys,
right? I mean,
yeah, but all those guys too, Kevin, on top of that, if we talked about their physical nature and stature, I would want guys that are 6'6", 6'7", and long, because when you get back to the other end, you want them to be able to coordinate and take up enough room defensively to cause some problems. But man, 3 guards, 3 long guards, and this is something that Phil Jackson relied on during the years when they won championships in Chicago. He always looked for long guards. Aside from Jordan and Pippen, there was the Ron Harpers of the world that helped accentuate what they could do on the perimeter.
Inside, deflects the pass. Now here's Moore. Tight defense on him. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. There's 1:47 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Hart. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Towns with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Layman. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Here's Hart after the basket by Minnesota. Redick finds Okafor. Over Towns. That one a little long.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Okogie. A second chance effort. 3-pointer. And another 3 for Minnesota.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
56 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Hart. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. It's stolen. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And now it's a 10-point Minnesota lead.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Can they get it? Rebound by Okogie.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Lets the 3 fly. They get it back. Here's Towns. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Towns has got 8 points.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. The Timberwolves on top, ending the first quarter on a 14-3 run. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns, knows it's important to keep his teammates involved.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar, you know, so making sure you're not just being a ball hog. So I'm just always trying to make sure that I'm taking wide open shots that I think everyone on the team would love for me to take if I have the opportunity. But also at the end of the day, making sure everyone gets a chance to be in the candy shop.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second.
And a comfortable margin for the Timberwolves here, guys.
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
Yeah, you can't be careless with your shot selection out there because some of them are getting thrown back.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, they've got Lehman, and it's Okogie in at the shooting guard position. Passes it to Lehman. Over Moore. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Now, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Pelicans trail by 11. Outside, Redick. Moore outside. Here's Hayes. Second shot opportunity. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Here's Hart. That one's a miss. His third shot of the game. He's made one of them. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. And he's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. Okafor goes back up. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Pelicans shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis. Shooting two.
And the first one drops. Each year, so many coaching changes. Brent, do you feel they generally get too much blame when things go wrong?
I don't know if blame is the word, Kevin. That's just the easy out for a lot of organizations that want to make some changes. The main thing that's frustrating, I think, for the coaching fraternity is patience. You have to be realistic about the potential of your team and how much time it takes to grow what it is that coach's culture is all about. That's where teams sometimes lose out and give up on somebody a little bit early.
But these guys go into it eyes wide open.
Oh, there's no question about it. And really good coaches in the NBA know that it might not last all that long. So they're going to be who they are. That's who you want to hire. Hire a coach who knows exactly who he is, both coming in the door and walking away.
Here's Hart. Fires for three. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Basket good. Lehman's got 11 points.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Here's Hart. He dishes it to Okafor. And then Okafor slams it in.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Pass to Lehman. Here's Okogie. And Okafor with the block. They recover it. Pelicans trail by 15. Hart kicks to Okafor. Dishes it to Redick. From the arc. No good. Shot missing. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. They'll be playing host to Chicago for their next game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. Covered by Redick. Here's Spellman. Not going to go that time. Excellent D there from Okafor. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Some changes for New Orleans. Brandon Ingram, he's checked in for E'Twaun Moore. And Ball subbed in for Hart. D'Angelo Russell's checked in for the Timberwolves. Timberwolves on defense. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. He gets that one.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Hernangomez. To the right side. For three, Okogie. Great D that time from Redick.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
That one goes in. Redick's got his third basket of the night.
And you have to have an appreciation for Ball's passing skills. I mean, he just sees the floor beautifully, easily working the ball over to open teammates.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. Here's what the Timberwolves have lined up on their schedule. On Wednesday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them. Then on Friday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic.
And looking at the Rockets matchup, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
Ingram outside. 5 on the clock. Tries it from 9. They get it again. And then Okafor slams it in.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. Now the pass to Okogie. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Spellman the pass to Layman. Redick with the rebound.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for New Orleans. Derek Favors checked in for Okafor. Williamson comes in for Hayes. And it's Holiday in for J.J. Redick. Minnesota also making some changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Hernangomez. Culver comes in for Jake Layman. And it's Beasley in for Josh Okogie. Timberwolves leading by 9. Got a piece of it.
And Ball using those long arms to just swat away that shot. I love the hustle. Always nice to have a point guard who can block shots. Textbook. Nice pass. Great catch. Even better finish.
Well, this season, the Pelicans finally getting themselves their own G League affiliate, the Erie Bayhawks in Pennsylvania. And in 2022, they'll move closer with renovations to the Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama. And when that's completed, it's really going to help out the young core and the draft picks that have been collected by David Griffin to do some player development that's going to keep this team competitive for a very long time.
And Brent, kind of a musical chairs situation for the Bayhawks, the original franchise, this season moving to College Park, Georgia, to become the Skyhawks.
That's right. That team was affiliated with the Atlanta Hawks, and now the Pelicans take over for the next 3 years in Erie with the new Bayhawks franchise before that move to Alabama in 2022.
That one misses.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Passes to Spellman. Here's Culver. And again, unable to change momentum here. Pelicans trail by 6. Here's Holiday pushing it up and stolen by Russell. It's blocked.
And when Zion blocks it, you feel it. He's got this kind of power behind these swats.
Back to Ball. Pass to Holiday. Ingram outside. Just 5 on the clock. There's the dish to Favors. Second chance shot. Johnson with the block.
Well, if you can use that athleticism on offense, why not try it on defense? James Johnson putting his 7'1" wingspan to great use.
That one drops for him.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Holiday. Nails the baby hook. Holiday's got 4 points in the quarter.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
To the middle. It's tipped. And so the ball's out of bounds. Favors touched it last. And we can look quickly at a group of rookies having a very good run. The top scoring first-year players in the NBA for the past 10 games. Second is Zion Williamson.
And, you know, they've given him some more responsibility offensively in these past 2 weeks. He's responding. That is a product of pure effort, guys.
I agree, and that's nothing new coming from him, GA. He loves going to work on the rebounding, going to work on the boards.
Stick with fundamentals there. Shot goes up, box out, or he'll destroy you.
Up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Now, here is Russell. Pass to Culver, and stolen by Williamson. And now ball pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And the intelligence, his overall basketball IQ, ball just has a knack for being in the right spot, especially when the break is on.
Johnson kicks to Russell. There's the pass to Beasley. Johnson right side. Passes it to Culver. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game. Towns, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Minnesota with the ball. To the paint. Here's Johnson. And it's blocked.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
And here's Russell. Down low and stolen by Favors. Here's Ingram. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 4 assists now tonight. And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They come into this one following the loss to the Mavericks.
Yeah, you saw the communication breakdowns defensively, just giving up way too many open looks.
Yeah, sometimes you can play good on-ball defense, but it's the help defense that makes you elite. And on that night, nobody rotating and not a lot of help.
And from day one, Towns has been one of the NBA's top post players. A versatile, well-rounded game on the low block. It doesn't hurt that he can step outside and knock down the jumper either. And you look at how Towns is so effective on offense, and it's because he really has the entire package for a big man. Back to the basket, facing up, playing outside or in, off the bounce or on the catch. This guy can do it all.
Pass to Culver. Here's the 3. Favors with the rebound. Favors got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. Here's Holiday. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Holiday's got 6 here in this quarter.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And Greg, as you said, it's the skill level of Towns at his young age that is so incredible.
Very capable 3-ball shooter, but he likes backing you down on the block as well. You step back and look at what he can do for a team, and there aren't really any holes in his game.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It goes on Brandon Ingram. The Timberwolves have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
The first one falls.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, three-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
Just 2 to shoot. And here's Ingram from the arc. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Looking here at some numbers for Lonzo Ball. Breaking down his play since the All-Star break. Getting around 12 points a game, over 3.5 steals, and 7 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
Towns wide open. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Towns has got 5 points now this quarter.
Just looks like he's got more feel tonight, like he's really got a good grip on that ball as he's letting it go.
Pelicans trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Floats one, and Holiday with the lay-in. Good. Holiday's got 11 points.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
To the inside. Towns dishes to Johnson. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got 3 assists in the game.
Good catch and shoot option there. Johnson got to be right up on him after he receives that pass.
Got a piece of it. Favors passes to Williamson.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Pelicans have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
And the expectations for Williamson are sky high. A superb athlete whose skill set and drive to be great is off the charts.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both. Culver passes to Hernan Gomez. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. Now it's a 7-point Timberwolves lead. Holiday with it. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Minnesota bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl Anthony Towns. Karl, you got some scoring going in that first half. What did you take advantage of?
I'm just finding spots, not chasing it, letting it come to me. Just using what my teammates give me.
Productive half so far, Karl Anthony. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. What a start it was for Karl Anthony Towns. He had 13 points, 2 steals, and 5 blocks. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
You got to like their offense efficiency. They were patient, took good shots. That was reflected in their high field goal percentage. They just need to keep playing smart in the second half and close this thing out. Don't get cute now.
Kenny, let's get your opinion on New Orleans.
Well, I think they could be way more physical than they have been in the first half. Their defense gave up way too many easy looks, and that kind of defense will turn to a loss any night.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. And what can you say? Towns, an impressive effort here.
And those extra chances mean so much. And he has shaped the game with the way he's been pulling down those offensive boards.
And the team appreciating all of that dirty work going on. His activity has been phenomenal.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. They trail by 7. They can look forward to the American Airlines Center after this game. They'll match up against Dallas. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for New Orleans right now, Zion is the 4 with Favors at the 5. Ball and Holiday combine at the guard spots. And it's Ingram in at the small forward position. Here's Towns. And he lays it straight in. Towns has got the first basket of the second half here for the Timberwolves.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play. You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound.
Pass to Culver. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Oh, Russell in position. And they call the foul, so he's got the and 1 chance here to make it a 3-point play.
Well, Johnson's tenacity meter right now redlining. He loves taking the punishment and finishing through it.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And with a percentage of 82, he's been one of their more dependable shooters from the line.
Find the lane. Find the lane. One shot.
And that one falls for Johnson.
Really like how James Johnson plays his role. So expanded here within the team set. Knows he's out there to space the floor, bring some physicality, and is going to have some opportunities to make some plays with the ball in his hands.
Beasley with it. And whoa! Yikes. I mean, that's a rugged play.
Gracious. Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Will it go? Doesn't go for him. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Pelicans trail by 14. Holiday, he's got 11. Ball kicks to Ingram. 5 to shoot. And it's good for 2. Ingram's got 8 points.
Ingram uses that floater so effectively, pulls it out of his bag when the defense isn't expecting it.
Out left to the wing. Towns is doubled. Minnesota again turning it over. Now we take a look at the 2K leaderboard to see who the best rebounders in the NBA have been over the last 10 games. Second, Karl Anthony Towns.
When it comes to rebounding, it's been a stupendous stretch for him. He's been using his body and strength so effectively.
For New Orleans, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Here's Holiday. Another shot. He lays it in. And that's now 9 points for Derek Favors.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Here's Culver. He's got 9. Back to Russell for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. He's got 6.
Yeah, they've only missed 1 out of their first 5 shots here in the second half, guys. Their offense really moving well, ball snapping, and the shooting looks to be in great rhythm.
Pelicans trail by 13. Now here is Holiday. He's got 11. Gets that one to fall. That's his 6th field goal. He has shot the ball 12 times.
Wow, more from Holiday there. When he's healthy, he can have these kind of special nights, Kevin.
To the middle. Here's Beasley. Kicks it out to Johnson. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Beasley. And Brent, while he's mostly a 3 and D type player, Malik Beasley is improving in other areas as well.
Yeah, it's interesting noticing the passing and how that has improved. It's a nice wrinkle to Malik Beasley's game, who really coming into the league was all about force, getting the ball, straight line drives, attacking the defense, rising up, trying to dunk on guys. His ability to slow down and see the floor is going to help enhance what he can do offensively.
In a moment here to look at the numbers for Russell. He's around 18 points per game, 7 assists and 3 rebounds. They're loving how he's running the show here. His sensational passing really breathing life into their offense.
Something in the coach's playbook here where the schemes fire on all cylinders. When he is in the game, a great conduit for them offensively. He knows where everyone is at all times.
Okogie, count that one. Okogie's got 9 points.
He seems to be in the right place at the right time more often than anybody that's on the court here tonight. We see that pay off.
The pass to Okafor. And Hart has it in the corner. Back to Okafor. Pass to Redick. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Near the three-point line, it's Ingram. And the Pelicans miss again.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Minnesota again turning it over. We've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Towns.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
Ingram finds Redick. Lets it go with a 3. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Hart.
Yeah, Redick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
Okogie, the pass to Russell. Here's Okogie, covered by Redick. Towns against Okafor. Towns is double. Launches it. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
The Pelicans have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the 3rd. Here's Hart. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot 2. And 4 years at Villanova for Josh Hart. Won the title back in 2016.
He just makes winning plays, hits perimeter shots, and the 30th pick in 2017, he has been solid.
That one is off. You know, Brent, something other major sports do, reseeding during the playoffs. So the highest seeds always will play the lowest seeds. And do you think the NBA should go down that road?
I think the consideration will still be there. I think that conversation is going to happen over the course of the next 2 or 3 years. I don't see it changing in that time, Kevin, but it's healthy to continue the dialogue to the point where maybe we do get there.
Timberwolves leading by 13. Here's Towns, and Towns throws it down.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
The Pelicans shooting around 44% in this third quarter. And Redick kicks to Hart. Ingram up top. He's got 8. Okafor trying to get open. And it's Ingram missing.
How about the timing he shows there to challenge that shot?
Yeah, not easy to do there, and that's a guy that you can tell takes every possession defensively very seriously.
The Timberwolves shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good, and the Pelicans making a change here. Hayes is checked in, and a change for the Timberwolves. Layman's checked in. And he makes the first, but misses the second. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. It's a 16-point game. Here's Okogie. 10 points for him. And Okafor with the block. And the foul called on Omari Spellman. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Outside, Redick. Back to Hart. Pass to Okafor. Kicks to Redick. There's the 3. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Okogie's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Layman. 11 points in the game. Makes it off the glass. And the Timberwolves lead by 18.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Stripped it away. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Here's Okogie. Over Hart. Tries again. No good there. Excellent D there from Okafor. Well, for New Orleans, shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Ingram. And slam dunk by Ingram.
And at 6'9", Ingram is constantly on the prowl for these dunks. An incredible athlete who just finishes with ease near the hoop.
Out to the right wing. A 3-ball. Kept alive, Minnesota.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Knocks down the 3-ball. Layman's got 14.
I think the defense has more concerns out there on the floor, and they give him a good open look from the perimeter.
And here's Redick. He has 6. Pass to Okafor. Ingram outside. Stolen. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Okogie, the pass to Spellman. Here's Layman. He's got 14. And the pass to Okogie. 6 on the shot clock. The tray. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 6 rebounds in the game. It's Redick on the wing. Nice form on the 20-footer. 8 points for him.
The quick release of J.J. Redick, expecting the pass, and the defense can't react to that kind of shot.
And stolen by Redick. Here's Hart. And there's the pass to Okafor. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here. Let's check out the NBA blocks leaders. 5th, Karl Anthony Towns.
There aren't going to be many nights when you don't see him affect the game with his shot blocking ability.
Here's Hart. He's got 6. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Passes it to Hayes. Fades. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat. Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Hart kicks to Okafor. He dishes it to Redick. Pass to Hart. Poked away. Ingram with it. He's got 10. His three-pointers off the mark. Here's Okogie, covered by Hayes. Covered by Redick. Down low. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Karl Anthony Towns with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
Some changes for New Orleans. Derek Favors checked in for Okafor. Holiday comes in for Josh Hart. And Ball subbed in for Brandon Ingram. And then for Minnesota, Juan Hernan-Gomez, he's checked in for Amari Spellman. And it's Malik Beasley in for Josh Okogie. Holiday, the pass to Ball. And again, no good by New Orleans. Timberwolves leading by 21. Here's Beasley. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Towns has got his 6th assist on the night.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Outside Holiday to the left side wing. Favors dishes to Holiday. And the basket is good. Holiday's got 4 this quarter.
Such a smart offensive play right there. When Holiday sees that chance open up right there, he's all over.
Pass to Layman. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. And a fast break now for the Pelicans. Redick's got the ball, and Derek Favors with the slam. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 12 rebounds. He's covered by Ball. 44 seconds left in the third quarter. Layman pass to Hernan-Gomez. Over Hayes. No good from Hernan-Gomez. Pelicans trailed by 19. Outside, Redick. The three-pointer off the mark. Minnesota's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. Here's Hernan-Gomez. Pelicans with the rebound. Hayes has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Ball. Again with the block.
A defensive stalwart so far. That's 6 blocks.
Greg protecting the rim. Love the hustle.
Wow, that is just pretty right there. What a find for his teammate at the rim.
And so it's Minnesota with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back right after this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
You know, coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Layman is out there with James Johnson. Then it's Malik Beasley. Then it's Culver. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 5 down low. And there's a whistle. That goes on Hernan Gomez. That is his first foul of the game. So Favors will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Ball finds Favors. Now here's Redick. And when it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed, and fixed immediately.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait. That's
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Let's rewind.
Can we delete that?
He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Ball. And that's a foul called on Malik Beasley. That is his first foul of the game. D'Angelo Russell's checked in for Jake Layman. Russell against Ball. He kicks it to Hayes. The pass to Favors. 6 to shoot. Here's Holiday. From the high post, he drills it.
Really nice balance, good base, solid rhythm. Holiday can be effective when he's got that kind of stuff from the mid-range going.
Russell against Ball. Here's Culver. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Here's a garbage time question, Brent. Why do some teams leave their star players in the game even though the game has either been won or lost?
Forgetful coaches? I mean,
no, it can't be.
Well, I don't know if
I mean, if you're leading by 35 points late in the game
and the star player is still in the game, somebody's made a mistake with regards to the rotations. I mean, quite frankly, there's really no reason for guys to be out there at that time. Early on in the season, it might be that the coach wants to start and play with certain guys, but as the season goes on, you just don't see that very much.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot.
Williamson is checked in for the Pelicans. Both good from the line that time.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Outside, Redick. New Orleans moving it around. And the dunk by Williamson.
This is too easy for Williamson. Once he gets established position, he is ready to attack the rim.
Culver kicks to Russell. Bangs home the trifecta.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Beasley against Holiday. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. That one goes. Count it.
He's been terrific tonight, and with a little help from the other guys on the floor, they might be able to turn this game around.
Now Russell. Dishes it to Beasley. Passes it to Culver. Now Hernan Gomez. Over Favors. Shots good by Hernan Gomez. And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years and sometimes 4 when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
Seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, could I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
Here's Holiday. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Drew Holiday and his brother Justin had some hard-fought games in the driveway. I know a little bit about that. We never ever finished those games, Kevin. Too much fighting going on. And by the end of it, both Drew and Justin Holiday find themselves in the NBA.
No good on the free throw. And Brent, that fierce competitive nature for Drew Holiday still there to this day.
Yeah, so much talk from his coach Alvin Gentry about Drew working himself constantly to exhaustion, just continuing to push the limits. And he'll sit at his locker, he'll take a long shower. He doesn't want to move till his body recovers. He knows how important this game is to him and how important now he is to the Pelican franchise moving forward.
Player salary is obviously a large investment, Brent. What are some other investments that owners can make to help their team get better, either on the floor or off?
Massive one, Kevin, obviously, is in terms of your players' wellness and what it is that you're doing with your physical therapy staff, your strength and conditioning staff, because you want these guys available at the best and maximum potential physically that they can give you. A lot of teams, quite frankly, in the past couple of seasons, Kevin, looking into other ways, holistic therapies, mental approach that they can have mental wellness for their players as part of their programming. So teams that think you build some beautiful practice facility and just let the guys go bounce the ball around and shoot are absolutely missing.
Yes.
Yeah, they're missing the boat on what it is that their players require, need to be complete as people.
Fades and shoots. Another miss by Minnesota. And so Holiday will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Here's Alexander Walker. And again, New Orleans has no luck. The Timberwolves have gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. To the paint, got a piece of it, and stolen by Miller. The wide open look here for Holiday. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Holiday's got 22.
Holiday did a great job there, realizing they had an opportunity in transition, taking advantage of the numbers. Those are the kind of situations where they thrive.
Here's Reed. The dish now to Crabb. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Well, for New Orleans, shooting 57% in this fourth quarter. Hernan Gomez against Holiday. Alexander Walker passes to Holiday. On the mark with the 15-footer. Holiday's got 13 points in the second half.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Minnesota calls timeout.
And the EuroLeague's top scorer last season, Nicolo Melli, had turned down some NBA offers in the past, decides to make the leap to join the Pelicans, and gives them a highly skilled player in that front court.
Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Russell looking it over. Now here's Johnson. Kicks it to Beasley. Back to Johnson. Timberwolves passing it around. Ingram with the steal. And it's Brandon Ingram with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Minnesota's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Russell with a wide open look. Hits the 3-point bomb. Russell's got 6 in the quarter.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And I don't know how they keep doing this, but every time down, the resulting possession ends up at the 3-point line, and a fairly efficient shot attempt at that.
And that's a foul called on Malik Beasley. That'll be his second foul of the game. Hart, he's checked in for the Pelicans. And here is Ball. Pass to Favors. Ingram outside. Shot clock at 5. And the rejection by Towns.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And the rejection by Favors. Johnson, good.
Impressive shooting touch from James Johnson. That's what the summer's for. Get your touch right. Deadly right here tonight.
Ball with it. Pass to Okafor. Brent, we have seen some players refuse to speak to the media. For whatever reason, where should that line be drawn?
Well, there is a role and a responsibility, I think, of every player in the league, Kevin, given that it's an entertainment industry and that people have jobs around this league to tell stories, to have access to those players. Now, every player doesn't want to talk or get into certain things, but their availability should be made and people should have access to them. Look, I don't want to take out the trash every Tuesday, but I understand I got to do it at home. Right. And so players have a responsibility to their franchise to be a voice at times.
I always thought you were terrific with the media.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. Maybe that's how I got this job.
First one falls for him.
The second overall pick back in 2016, Brandon Ingram has shown us flashes. But whether it's defense or offense, still a ways to go.
Both free throws good for Ingram. And Greg, when you talk about Ingram, where would you look for him to make the next step in his game?
Well, that one season at Duke, he did shoot over 40% from 3. I think becoming a reliable shooter from out there would be a key building block offensively.
He's off on the first. Darius Miller, he's checked in for Brandon Ingram. And the second free throw, good. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going. And you get to go to any game you want to.
Yes.
So sign me up for that job.
With courtside seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin. And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be two pretty prominent things that continually come up.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted. And I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him all of their concern mostly is about
the game,
the optics of the game.
Yes.
And right now it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. And that one's good by Favors.
Yeah, this is what you love about him, the confidence on that mid-range.
Yeah, it's a staple of his offensive attack, and proving once again he can do some damage from that area.
Johnson surveying the floor. He dishes it to Culver. And it's off from three-point range. Miller kicks to Hart. A baseline J doesn't get it to drop for him. Good D by Johnson.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. The pass to Favors. And Derek Favors with the slam.
Wow, look at how quick he flashes to the rim there for the finish.
Now Russell. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It'd be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing, instead of an all-star weekend, to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that at high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. And that's a foul called on Malik Beasley. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for two. And the first one at the line is good. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. That one is no good. Minnesota's gotten 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Crab with the ball. And it's Miller picking him up. Here's Johnson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Not many players now signing shorter contracts in free agency. You've talked about this a lot. Does it make it harder or easier for the super teams?
Well, I think it makes it easier, because all of a sudden a star player from another team becomes available that you could latch him on to somewhere else.
Any examples you could throw out there that
I don't want to get into the specifics.
Okay,
of it.
I understand.
I think we've seen it over the past 3 or 4 years with some of our star guys. And
yes.
I don't fault them, because they're getting smarter. Players are a lot smarter about what it is that they can do, with having the very few times, Kevin, that you have a say in your career as to where it is that you're going to play, and more importantly, the potential for what it is that financially you can make.
And playing for a championship.
For a championship, for potentially the opportunity to play with somebody who you've always thought you could either elevate their play or they could elevate yours. This is not going away anytime soon.
For New Orleans, they've gone 8 of 14 from the floor here in the fourth quarter. Here's Melly. He's guarded by Johnson from outside the arc. But they get it back. Hart, no good. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. There's Crab with the 3. Nailed from three-point land. Crab's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Timberwolves.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Karl Anthony Towns.
He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Hart, no good.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Here's Okogie. Passes it to Reed. Rebound by Alexander Walker. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the fourth. From deep, Moore connects from three-point range.
Etuan Moore has shown some signs of being a lethal threat from the outside.
Here's Okogie. Pass to Crabbe. He kicks to Evans. Shot clock at 6. Here's Okogie. There's Crabbe with the 3. Can't hit that one. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.